right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just, I drifted off a second.
You want to go in?
No, I'm fine. I'm all right.
I've got 2 fish. 2 trout, 1 wife. That's all a man can reasonably ask of his maker.
Anything for me?
Nothing work-related. A message from Cassie.
Oh, where is she now?
East godforsaken Minnesota, was how she put it.
She loves to tease you.
I don't mind the teasing. A little bit more geographically specific wouldn't hurt.
Oh, you need to know more than the fact that she lives in a van with 3 guys you've never met, singing songs you can't understand?
Yeah. You know, you take everything in your stride. Me, I hit every hurdle.
I did my hard time between 13 and 18. Those 5 years when she was Daddy's darling? Not that she wasn't mine, you understand.
She was tough on you.
Tough? She was brutal. The girl did not want to be my daughter. She would have loved it if she'd been found outside your church wrapped in brown paper. Except she still wanted you to be her father. To our Cassandra, who couldn't believe her own identity.
Oh, not for me.
Not having wine?
I have to go out tonight.
Daniel, this is our Monday.
I know. It's Amy Halloran.
Is she at home?
Now, they've done all they can.
It's just awful.
I won't be late.
Okay.
Oh, native trout with lemon. Darling, I can die happy.
There you are. Get down. Cassie, we should have been sisters. Then you could hate me without the hard feelings. Real bad?
Real bad. Family was glad she was home.
You know, Daniel, something funny happened on the river in the boat.
What?
Well, I was lying there, and I wasn't asleep. I was conscious, actually. And I don't know, I was just thinking about where life takes us on its current.
Row your boat gently down the stream.
Anyway, I was inside and outside at the same time. I was in and outside of my life.
Life is but a dream.
It was like a dream. But then all of a sudden I found myself, I think I went out of my body and I was way above the river, and I looked down and I could see the boat and you in it, but I wasn't there. I wasn't in the boat. Don't you think that's weird?
It was hot. You were daydreaming. It happens.
But you know, it seemed like it was some kind of a premonition.
A premonition? Of what?
I don't know.
Well, maybe you were thinking about death. And maybe the boat you were in was your life or marriage or...
No, it was more like we had never met and I had taken a different path.
I'm glad you didn't.
Me too.
Why didn't you tell me this at the time?
Because it was scary, looking down and not seeing myself in the boat.
Well, honey, we're both in the same boat. Wow, where did that come from? Honey, I'm sorry I can't match it tonight. I'm just...
It's all right. There'll be other nights.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Cassie used to like that too. Once upon a time. Let me take your temp. Oh, it's normal. You get to go home. Call Mrs. Truscott and tell her to pick him up.
Come on, sugar.
Well, I can't believe you got Evelyn Truscott to cut off that cat's marbles.
Yep, no more unwanted kittens. Don Juan is officially retired.
The preacher's wife performs yet. Another miracle.
Yeah, hardly. What do you got for me?
We got a new patient. His name is Arthur. His back legs won't work.
Can you have Jordan bring him back?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Right in here, sir.
Okay, thanks.
On the table's fine. The doctor will be ready.
Thanks.
I'm Dr. Beckett, Joanne, and this is Arthur. Hello, Arthur. What seems to be the problem with Arthur?
Well, he seems to be paralyzed. And I was traveling for quite a while, and I finally came home and found him like this. My wife wasn't paying much attention, I'm afraid.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayhew. Is that Eli Mayhew?
Yes.
Alicia's dead.
Oh my goodness. Of course you are. You've changed.
It's been almost 30 years, hasn't it?
Your name's Joanne?
Well, I just wasn't quite who I seemed to be in those days. So, do you live here now?
We just moved here. I work in Boston, but we live here now.
Well, while we get over our astonishment, let's concentrate on Arthur here.
Yeah. He's on cortisone. He's had arthritis for a number of years, which is probably why my wife didn't think much of him not moving around. When I came back and saw him, he can't move his back legs. It has no feeling in them at all, as far as I can tell.
When they've lost motor response like this, it's very serious.
My wife should have brought him in sooner.
You know, I looked at the x-rays, and when there's this much neurological damage, we have to consider surgery. But I need to tell you that that is serious and invasive, and we can never guarantee the success of it.
What are the odds?
It's a long shot. Given Arthur's age, the anesthetic could even prove too much.
And if we don't do anything?
If we do nothing, then you have an invalid dog, which is similar to an invalid human. You know, you just have to take care of them, keep them clean, make sure they get a lot of exercise.
How could he exercise if he can't walk?
Oh, well, we have prosthetics now. These little carts that support the hindquarters of the animal.
No, that's not possible.
Well, the only other option is to put him down.
Put him down.
I know, pick the word. None of them are very pleasant. Yeah, I can tell you this, though. You don't have to make a rash decision. Arthur is in no pain.
Could I be alone with him just for a minute?
Of course you can. I'll just be in the other room.
Thanks. You could do this now?
Yes, if that's what you've decided, but like I said, he's not in pain. Just push this buzzer when you're ready and I'll come back.
Oh, my goodness.
So what happened to the big guy? Did he go out the back door?
No, he's still here.
What? He could be back there snapping up stuff for all you know.
I don't think so. Known him for a long time, well before I was Mrs. Beckett.
Oh. So? He's an old flame, then.
No. We just lived in the same house in Boston in the 70s.
So you were hippies together.
I can't imagine anyone calling Eli Mayhew a hippie.
Hippie?
Hey, baby.
Uh-huh.
You believe in premonitions?
Girl, please, no. I believe that some things happen because they were meant to happen, but premonitions, no. That's just superstition.
Or voodoo?
Don't let me work no roots on you. Go. Watch it.
Does it take long?
No, it's quick. I should warn you, it's shockingly quick. But it'll be painless.
Okay.
You sure?
Yeah, sure as I'm ever gonna be.
All right, so you just
What?
hold his head.
Give me a buddy. Give me a buddy.
That's perfect.
You know, I was telling him that at any given time, there are only 7 great dogs in the world, and he's one of them. And I've been really lucky to know him. Did you know that about the 7 great dogs?
Yes, I'd heard that.
Oh, good. It was quick.
Would you like me to make arrangements for you?
That's okay. Is there a back way out?
Yes, just turn left there.
Thanks, Alicia. I mean, Joe.
We'll talk later.
Of course we will.
Hey. Hey. Did you know that, Boomer? Huh? About the 7 great dogs? Stay, Boomer. Stay right here.
Welcome, Alicia.
Sunshine, go away today. I don't feel much like dancing. Some man's gone, he's tried to run my life. You don't know what he's asking. When he tells me I better get in line, I can't hear what he's saying. When I grow up, I'm gonna make it mine.
I got brownies heating.
Dues I've been paying. How much does it cost? I'll buy it. The time is all we've lost.
You know, for the first few seconds, he was a total stranger, and then it hit me, and I was dizzy. The past just became so alive.
But you were pleasantly surprised, right?
When I got over the shock, yes.
Well, I have to meet this man. It'd be interesting to talk to someone who knew you when you were a young, idealistic radical.
As opposed to a middle-aged, chubby veterinarian.
Well, I don't think of you as a veterinarian.
You were such an ass.
This Eli Mayhew, what does he do now?
Well, I'm not exactly sure. He was a chemistry student. He used to spend all day in the lab and come home very late at night. Kept a very tidy room.
Yeah.
He was the guy you went to for a loan. And then this is Duncan. Duncan was a musician.
Ah.
He was actually a bit of a jerk. But he played the guitar like Eric Clapton.
Mm.
And then Larry was the radical. He used to call himself a anarchist insurgent, whatever that means. And then there was Dana. Dana was Dana. Mother Courage meets Madonna. We all love Dana.
I have to go out again. It's coming fast.
What?
She's in God's hands now.
Oh, Amy.
I'll leave you with your happy memories.
They weren't all happy.
No, I'm sorry. I forgot.
No. They were happy. Right up until they weren't.
Bye.
Bye.
We are gathered here this glorious Sunday morning in God's house to give thanks for our blessings and to receive comfort for our sorrows. And we do have some sorrows this morning. Most of you know our friend and neighbor, Amy Halloran, who has been an active member of our parish her whole life, has come home to be with her family, to be sustained and nourished by those she loves most for as long as the good Lord grants. And I know that we pray for Amy and her family during this difficult time. The question of suffering, human suffering, is the single most asked and unanswered question in all religious debate. Why does God allow this interminable pain that afflicts the sick and the wounded among us?
Got it!
Cool. I can help.
You slept with them all?
Yep. It was nothing heavy. I mean, we're all still friends. Do you think that makes me a slut?
No. I mean, if it's all cool, then that's great.
Yeah. You know, I kind of just look at it like dancing. You have different partners for different dances. Some like to waltz, and some like to do the tango, and some like to foxtrot.
Let me guess. Duncan tangos.
Yeah, the dance of narcissism.
And Larry, he does rock and roll?
Yeah, that's just like, cut to the chase, let's get it on.
Well, that leaves...
Waltzing mayhem. You know, Eli, he was really sweet though. He's never had oral sex before, so he just thought I was doing him the greatest favor in the world. You like him, don't you?
I think he's got a thing for you.
No, he was over that months ago. Oh, hey, Eli.
Hey. I'm going to the store for tonight's dinner, but, bank's empty.
Alicia, can you put in 5 for me? I'll owe you.
Oh, thanks.
What do you think?
It's pretty pink. I don't know, it's like being in somebody's mouth or something. What?
Nothing.
It has been said, in the face of this awful mystery, that God is the answer for which there is no question. And while that paradox may embody the very heart of Christian faith, it is a bleak response to souls suffering and souls grieving.
We got a forced entry over here.
It would be presumptuous of me and futile to explain such a vast puzzle.
Just wait. Looks like a random killing camp.
Indeed, our capacity to love while suffering is perhaps more important than at any other time in our lives. Good to see you again, Helen.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
See you at home?
Bye.
Good sermon?
Thank you, darling.
Daniel.
Hi,
Eli? Hi.
Hey, I didn't, Sylvia, this is Joanne,
Beckett.
Beckett.
Oh, hi. Eli told me about running across you. Small world, huh?
Well, to me, it feels pretty large right now. We haven't seen each other in, what, over 25 years?
Well, small Adams Mills. So, how long have you lived here?
Oh, a long time. My husband has been the minister here for, what, 15 years.
Your husband is Reverend Beckett?
That's right.
Wow. We're here because we heard he was the star of the township. He's very handsome up there in the pulpit. And very impressive.
Well, I think Daniel's found his calling. How about you, Eli? Are you still a chemist? You're always so good at that.
Eli's in medical research.
Yes, well, I guess I found my calling too. To end human suffering through pharmaceuticals. Not quite as comprehensive as your husband's solution.
Well, I'm sure there are different kinds of suffering.
So did Eli tell you I neglected Arthur?
No, not at all.
Well, I did. I didn't notice he had moved.
You know, I don't think noticing it sooner would have made much difference.
You know what? You guys should come to our house for dinner.
Well, you should come have dinner with us. Eli's a fabulous cook.
Still?
Yeah, still. So you and the Reverend must come. I'd love to meet him up close and personal.
All right, then we'll do that.
Great. It's a date. I'll call you. You'll have to tell me all about him when he was young.
Okay.
See you later.
Bye. Cassie? Hi.
Mrs. Beckett. I'm your daughter's guitar player.
Oh, so nice to meet you.
Hi. This is, Jesus Martinez on drumsticks.
How do you do?
How's it going? And Byron
great.
Hall, bass.
Hi, how are you? No need to stand.
Cass is upstairs. She got first dibs on the bathroom.
All right, well, listen, you guys help yourself to whatever you want, and her dad's gonna be home in a few minutes, and if you don't mind, I want to go say hi to Cassie, so please excuse me.
No problem. Hey, thanks again.
Sure. Cassie? Cassie? Cassie?
Yeah, this is Jack.
I'm so glad to see you. Oh my God, what a surprise.
Hope you don't mind me turning the boys loose on your food.
Oh, no, not at all. Oh, honey, your dad is going to be so excited to see you.
You still playing full houses?
Yeah, packs them in.
You know, Mom, I was thinking, maybe that's where I get my love of the spotlight.
I never thought about that, but I think you're right. Say, Cassie, you going to stay over?
You know, we gotta keep heading west.
Cassie, couldn't you just spend one night here?
We got firm dates, Mom. And by the way, if you could not call me Cassie. I mean, if you can remember.
Oh, okay. It's good to see you, Cass. And the black sheep.
So there's no one, I kid you not a single person in the place when we went on for a second show. And Cass goes to the owner and says, "There's nobody out there."
And of course he says you're paid for 2 shows, you do 2 shows.
Right, so we give it all we got.
Yeah.
I mean, we really laid it down.
We laid it.
The whole set.
And when we finished, we all took a bow. And then we did an encore.
Hey, Cass, do you still sing that Britney song? What was it called? Baby, baby, give me another chance. What is it?
Please.
Oh, come on, honey. You sing that so pretty.
Cass can sing the Lord's Prayer in Braille. Your daughter's got a great set of pipes, Reverend Beckett. Like Annie Lennox meets Janis Joplin. The best fusion of a laser and a blowtorch you will ever hear.
Oh, that is so outrageously over the top, McDowell, and you know it.
Yeah, you should come hear her.
No, they should not, guys, okay? I mean, at least not until I'm famous.
You're famous with me already, honey.
Thanks, Daddy.
Hey, I'm allowed.
Boomer likes it. Boomer likes the love.
Daddy does too.
You don't really think she's sleeping with,
With the black sheep? No, I don't. But I think they're all in love with her.
Hey, who can blame them?
I just see her searching, looking for a path. I see myself in her so clearly. It makes me want to wave and go, hey, remember me when I was your age?
You mean when you ran off to your commune?
It was a cooperative.
Oh.
Oh, by the way, I saw Eli Mayhew in church today.
Yeah, I thought I saw 2 new faces. His wife's pretty glamorous.
She's a looker.
Was that his type back then in the cooperative?
He didn't have so much a type as an archetype. Keep going. Go on. Shh.
Come here.
Hi.
I don't like to disturb her.
I don't think you disturb her.
No, maybe not. Good night.
Should invite the Mayhews over for dinner.
I think they're planning on inviting us.
Well, that's good. Save you from cooking.
Daniel.
Hmm.
Make love to me.
Well, the problem with a lot of the developments in modern neurological medicine isn't so much that we haven't found cures or ameliorants for a lot of the diseases. It's that we haven't devised an efficient delivery system to get the medicines past the blood-brain barrier.
And this is the field you specialize in.
Yep, that's me, delivery man.
I mean, they think that death is such a high, these guys.
Oh, dear.
I picked up this piece in the artisans' village in Manzanillo, Mexico.
It's interesting. Is this Arthur?
Oh, yeah. When he was younger, I guess. I certainly never saw him jump like that.
Really? Well, how long have you and Eli been married?
About a year. A little longer, I guess. Yeah. When I first came along, the dog was on his last legs. But Eli refused to accept it. He used to talk to him at night. I mean, really talk to him. To tell you the truth, I thought he was a little weird.
Oh? I've never thought of Eli as weird.
Yeah, well, when I first met him, he was. Living on his own, talking to his dog, working all those long hours. You know, at first I thought he was gay. But he wasn't.
That works out better for you.
Yeah. Shall we?
Sure.
Well, I'm stuffed. I've never had better shrimp.
Well, it helps that they were recently alive.
That's right. That's the secret. Fresh out of the water.
Thank you.
You're a fine cook.
Thank you.
He always was. You were. We used to take turns cooking every night, and the only night anyone would show up was the night Eli cooked.
Only because I couldn't convince them that cooking was a matter of literacy. If you can read a cookbook, you can cook.
Very erudite of you.
Yeah,
But then you were dealing with Larry, whose specialty was tuna casserole.
Oh, yeah, that was
Nasty.
nasty.
And mine was meatloaf. I hate meatloaf. And then Duncan was good at...
Duncan,
Duncan.
Mr. Pizza Man.
Yeah, he was a master at it.
Well done, it is.
And then Dana.
Dana was into leftovers.
She was a reheater.
A reheater.
Well, it's amazing that the two of you should meet up again. Have you ever run into any of the others?
No. To tell you the truth, Alicia's the only one I would have wanted to run into again.
I used to call myself Alicia then. You know. Don't ask.
So,
Alicia.
so what, were you two an item?
No.
Oh, God, no. Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Thanks a lot.
No, I didn't mean God, no. I know. I just meant no.
Appreciate
No.
it.
Right, okay, I remember now. It was the other one, Dana.
Dana.
The femme fatale.
Well, changing the subject. Your research, Eli, it's primarily concerned with getting the body to accept the cures that you've developed.
Yeah, that's right. The blood-brain barrier. It's the new frontier.
Eli's going where no man has gone before.
You know, I sometimes wonder if in our pursuit of longer lives that we're not projecting the idea of transcending mortality itself.
You're afraid that's going to cut into your market?
Well, I wouldn't quite put it that way.
I've always wanted to know this. Why is it that every major religion forbids suicide? And what, are they afraid that if it's okay to off yourself, that a lot of people living disease-ridden, miserable lives will opt for heaven direct and miss out on the painful part?
Oh, I can't believe that if the injunction against suicide was removed, that a great many of us would take the plunge. The survival instinct is pretty
I wouldn't
core.
be so sure. I mean, especially if you could get someone like Joe here to deliver the sympathetic needle.
Eli.
What?
That's awful.
It's true.
No. Joe has a similar opinion. But the bottom line is our lives are not ours to end. God gave us life. And we have a responsibility to him to honor that gift.
But what if in the end it is just suddenly dark?
Oh, thee of little faith.
Oh, you have no doubts on that score?
I have some uncertainties, but no doubts.
And the difference between uncertainty and doubt?
Uncertainties have to do with comprehension. Doubt has to do with faith. I'm just as confused as the next guy as to what the kingdom of heaven consists of, but I have no doubt that it will be revealed to me.
That's what I want to hear from my minister.
There you go, Daniel. Another worshiper.
Well, my cup runneth over. You didn't tell me you used another name back then.
Alicia's dead. Changed my life, changed my name. I told you when I left my first husband that I dropped out of sight.
Ah, yes, the first husband. I always forget I'm number 2.
Always number 1 in my heart. How's that? All right. The retriever is good for another 50,000 miles.
Well, I'll alert all the ducks in the area.
You should be home. Come on, leave.
You sure?
Yes, I can take it from here.
You know, you have a home, too.
I know it. Daniel's with the Hallorans.
Oh, that poor woman wasting away like that. It's draining.
Yeah, hard on everyone.
Those were fine words the Reverend spoke on Sunday. Went right to my heart.
Daniel's a great speaker.
He is much more than that. He's a man of God. More than any man that I've ever known. And believe me, I have known plenty.
I believe you. I'll get that. Go. Don't even think about getting it. Vet clinic.
Oh, Joe? It's me.
Eli. Oh, I was just leaving.
Okay, do you have a couple of minutes?
Yeah, sure. What is it?
Well, if you were just leaving, I'm outside in your lot. Far end, by the tree.
Okay. Well, it's gonna take me a few minutes. Can you wait?
Yeah, sure, I can wait.
Okay, good. Bye. Hi.
Hey,
Nice car.
that'd be for the price. Look, I just wanted to say I hope I wasn't offensive last night.
Offensive? No.
No, we were confrontational. I know Sylvia thought maybe I went too far.
No. Daniel likes to spar with the best of them.
I got the impression he was a little surprised by you being called Alicia.
Oh, yeah, I sort of, forgot to mention that. That's...
Why did you change your name?
Because I married my high school sweetheart when I was 19. I don't know, one day I had this sort of, I don't know what you call it. Anyway, I saw my life sort of as if it were a road straight out in front, going on and on and on, and I could see what he would become and what I would be and what our children, all 2.5 of them, would be, and I don't know. I just got scared and I ran.
You had a premonition.
Yeah. You know, I wouldn't have thought that you were the kind of guy who believed in premonitions. I mean, scientist that you are.
I'm a scientist by day, but at night.
By night.
Look, could we meet sometime? I mean, some other time when we could talk.
Yeah, sure.
I gotta be in Boston all this week.
I can do Boston.
Okay.
What I mean, it's 30 miles from here.
I'm staying at the Ambassador.
Whoa. It's very upscale.
No. Big time pharmaceutical guy now.
Yeah, by day.
Right. Okay. Friday lunch?
Friday is good. Lunch is good.
Great.
Okay. Then I'll see you Friday.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's like there's nothing left of her. It's just a membrane of holding the essence of Amy Halloran. It's awful for the family, but it's beautiful in a strange way. We're reminded once again that the body is just a housing, a shell. Lovely woman, though. Beautiful family. It's a shame, really.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Anybody home? Hello? Eli, what's happening?
It's okay.
What's happening?
Are you okay?
No.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Why are you here? How did you know I would be here?
I didn't know. It was a coincidence. I just came back to see the house. I've never been back. Shh.
Could we please just go back to your room?
Yeah.
That's good. Daniel believes in free will. He says it's God's gift to us.
Some gift.
You know, something happened just the day before you came into my office. I had this sort of it was a premonition. And, I was in a boat. I went. What's wrong?
I think this was supposed to happen.
Yeah. And even if it wasn't, it did.
Listen, Alicia.
I like Alicia. That's who I was around you and Dana.
Yeah, I haven't been able to talk to anybody about Dana or those times.
Dana once said that I should tell you
Tell me what?
I was attracted to you.
Yeah, she told me the same thing.
Now, of course I didn't, because I didn't know if you felt that way about me. But you were always so wonderful to talk to that.
I was so crazy about her. About Dana.
Crazy about her.
I couldn't understand why she would say something like that to me when she knew how I felt. I mean, I knew she'd had relationships with Duncan and Larry at some point. Even thought maybe she had something going on with you.
Nothing like that. I mean, I loved her, but
It didn't matter. I couldn't see past how I felt. Have you ever had that? Where somebody else just becomes your whole world and everything?
I think it's the one thing I missed. Or avoided.
You don't even see the world through your own eyes, but through theirs.
I had no idea that you were that obsessed with Dana.
Oh, Dana warned me, said I couldn't go around brooding. Alicia, she was my first. For everything, for sex, for love. She gave me that, she gave both of those together. She was incredible. I mean, I know I didn't have much to compare it to then, but losing that was like being kicked out of Eden.
I didn't know scientists believed in Eden.
Oh. I believed in a lot of things before I killed Dana.
What, is that a bad joke? It wasn't funny, Eli. Why would you say something like that? Some druggie came in off the street. That's what the police said. And you were at the lab all day.
No. I was at the lab, but I came back. When she stopped sleeping with me, I begged her not to. I begged her not to end it. And she said,
Give it time. It'll pass.
No, I don't need time.
she bet me on it. Made an actual bet.
Do you want to bet? 6 months. I'm telling you, 6 months is all you need. Get over it, go out, meet some people, live
I
a
don't
little
need
bit.
6 months.
She said, come back in 6 months, you'll be over it. And I said, that's impossible. She said, oh, well, you come back on that date if you remember. And it was the date. That was that night, the 9th of September. It was a Tuesday. God. Okay, fine. I had been at the lab all day. I came back so we could be alone. I thought when she saw, that 6 months hadn't made any difference. Dana had forgotten all about it. I had to wake her up.
What's this all about, Eli?
This is the day.
What day?
The day we talked about. You promised, and nothing has changed for me.
Well, things have kind of changed for me. Are you hungry?
I've waited 6 months for you. She just put her hand on my face.
Poor sweet Eli.
That sympathetic
You are so sweet and faithful.
way she had with things, dogs, cats, people,
Do you want to go upstairs and we can be sweet to one another?
Poor Eli. You deserve a medal for fidelity. Want to come upstairs. We'll be sweet with one another. It's like you said about being outside yourself. If I could see me. Again and again, and I had a knife in my hand. And I don't even know where I got it. I guess off the counter, and I was.
Why are you telling me this crazy story?
Because you're the only person I can tell. Listen, I've thought about this terrible thing I did every day of my life, every single day.
Then why didn't you tell the police? Why did you
Because
tell
I didn't mean to kill her. I told you that. I thought you'd understand. No, come on, wait a second.
No, just stop it! Why would you think I would understand? You had no right to tell me something like this. Do you hear me? No right. Not something like this.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hey, you got your hair cut. What? What, honey? What?
God, Daniel.
What? Joe, tell me. Please, tell me.
Oh, God, Daniel. I made a terrible mistake. I went to see Eli Mayhew in Boston, and he told me that...
What did he tell you?
that he killed Dana.
Your friend, Dana. Why did you go see him in Boston?
Just have lunch. You know, talk about old times.
But I thought you said you were going in to shop.
Nothing happened.
I didn't say it did.
But you should know I didn't do anything wrong.
Except going to Boston to see Eli Mayhew. For what reason, Joe? For the reason of being unfaithful in your marriage? Am I wrong, Joe?
But nothing happened. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, I kissed him. Just once, I just got caught up in the moment. I'm so sorry, but that's all that happened, I promise you.
Because he confessed to a murder before you could commit adultery?
God, Daniel, you make that seem like that was beside the point.
Well, my wife just tried to sleep with another man. Forgive me if I have trouble staying on point.
God, Daniel, you know what? Sometimes you can be such a self-righteous ass.
I may be, Joe. I get that way when my wife decides something on the side is worth throwing away our marriage.
Don't you walk away from me. Think of me as one of your damn flock, Reverend Beckett. Tell me what I should do.
Under the circumstances, I don't think I can. Consult your own conscience. I'd say I could use the exercise.
Daniel, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Daniel. I need your help.
No, I think this is something you need to help yourself with. This was your doing, not mine.
What, about a crime he committed? A crime that he confessed to committing?
Why would he do that?
Because he loved her and she rejected him.
No, why would he admit it to you? After all these years.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he thought that I would understand. Maybe he thought I was the only person who could understand. Maybe he'd been tormented all those years and he just wanted to get it out. I don't know.
Tell me, was this intended affair mutual?
What does that mean?
Eli Mayhew invited you to Boston to some motel, I assume.
The ambassador?
Oh, upmarket adultery. Did he invite you there with the intention of having sex? Or was it you who had that intention?
I've told you.
Oh, I know. Nothing happened. And what if Mr. Mayhew's confession was a way of extricating himself from a very embarrassing situation?
That's crazy.
Not any crazier than a man telling someone he hardly knows he's committed murder. What did he think you would do once he told?
I don't know, Daniel. I don't know what he thinks or what he thought. I know that what I did was wrong, and I can't change it. I did want to sleep with him, and I let myself believe he wanted to sleep with me, and he wanted to confess, and I guess he convinced himself that I wanted to hear it.
Too bad. You were both delusional.
Daniel, it's harder being a Christian than you thought, huh?
Thank you. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Malky, Bard, and Jesus, the black sheep. Hey, lady. What are you doing at a place like this?
You are really, really good.
Thanks. Could have told you that. Could have saved you the drive.
I need to talk to you. Do you have just a few minutes?
Yeah.
Cass, 10 minutes tops. Gotta keep the vibe going. She's great, huh?
Oh, yeah, she's great.
Well, what's going on? I know something's wrong.
Yeah, something's wrong.
You and Dad breaking up?
We're just having some problems. I'm having problems.
So? Come on, out with it. I mean, what could be so bad that you're on the outs with Reverend Beckett?
I almost had an affair and your father found out.
You almost had an affair. What kind of crisis is that?
Oh, God, Cassie, you try so hard not to give a damn.
Yeah, well, I'm just not used to being your confidant.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be here if you weren't the only one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's not go there.
Why don't you just tell me what happened?
This man came into my clinic a couple of weeks back. He had been my roommate in the co-op in Cambridge like a million years ago. Anyway, one of the other roommates, her name was Dana, got murdered in that house.
Right, I remember you telling me about that once.
And this guy, his name was Eli Mayhew. He was her lover.
What'd he do, kill her? Oh my God. I just said that. How do you know?
He told me. He told me when I went to his hotel room to be unfaithful to your father.
This is just all so weird.
Yes, it is weird. Anyway, I ran out of there and I went home and I immediately told your father what I'd done. It seems that the thing that upset him most is that his wife almost cheated on him.
Poor Dad. Poor Mom. And Eli, I mean... Well, think about it. 30 years is a long time to want to confess. I mean, you must have really thought that you weren't going to turn him in.
I haven't.
You haven't? Why not?
Because he'll deny it. He will. He'll deny it. And your dad thinks that he made up the whole story anyway just so he could get rid of me.
Dad said that.
Yeah.
Well, Dad's nuts, because that's exactly what you have to do, Mom.
Why?
Because if you don't, then it sucks from every direction. I mean, Dad gets betrayed. You get humiliated, and Eli gets away with murder.
Oh my God, it's such a small town. Everyone will know about it.
So you go to the cops in Cambridge. I mean, that's where it happened, right?
Yeah.
Well, then they'll listen. It's not like you're some weirdo. I mean, hell, you're the preacher's wife.
Cassie, showtime.
Yeah, in a minute.
Come on, we gotta rock.
And don't call me Cassie. Only my mother gets to call me Cassie.
Sorry.
And not often.
And Mr. Mayhew volunteered this information to you without any prompting?
Completely, and I never would have suspected him.
Well, what about at the time of the murder?
Well, not for a second. We were all great friends.
And you never wondered ever? I mean, the crime being unsolved?
Well, I believe what the police believed. You know, that somebody had come in and off the street for drugs or something, and then they murdered her.
Mm-hmm. But now you're convinced it was Mr. Mayhew.
Well, I'm convinced because he confessed to me that he did it, and he told me why he did it.
So, you go by his hotel to schmooze about old times, and he just up and says, by the way, I killed Dana Jablonski.
Yes.
You have to wonder why he would say a thing like that. Did he think his secret was safe with you?
Well, I would have to assume that he did.
Did he say, what I'm going to tell you, you have to promise not to?
No, he didn't say anything like that. In fact, when he told me, I thought he was kidding, and I commented that that wasn't funny.
Sure. He didn't threaten you afterwards or ask you not to say anything? So this visit to Mr. Mayhew's hotel room, it took place, what, 3, 4 days ago?
Friday, 3 days ago.
Friday. Did your husband know you were going to see Mr. Mayhew at his hotel? I mean, before the fact. Before you actually went.
Of course he did.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in.
You've been to see Cass?
How'd you know?
She called, see how you were. She told me she advised you to go to the police.
I took her advice.
You've been already? You don't think you should have talked to me first?
Why? Would you have advised against it?
No, but I would have liked to have known. And I certainly would have liked to have known you were going to talk to Cass before you went.
Why? Would you have advised against that too?
I don't think she deserved to hear such a story from her mother. Frankly, I didn't think your relationship was up to those kinds of revelations.
Oh. Right. Unlike yours. Well, there you go. Just shows you how desperate I was. But you know what? It was the first time I felt as close to Cass as she's always been to you. Does that bother you, Daniel? Daniel, I have apologized. I know what I did was wrong, and it was hurtful, and it caused you pain.
Yes. Yes, it was, Joe. And why? That's what I can't answer. What was wrong between us that caused such betrayal?
You know what? Sometimes it isn't about us or we. Sometimes it's actually about me. Me. I'm a separate person. And that day in the rowboat when I had that premonition.
Oh, come on, you're just trying to justify that.
I am not trying to justify anything. If you could just stop judging me just long enough so you can hear what I have to say before you make up your mind. When I had that premonition or daydream or whatever you call it, it was real. It happened. The next day, Eli Mayhew walks into my office with his dog. And he loved that dog, and I do know about things like that. He loved that dog, and he had to kill it, and that touched something in me. And along with all those good feelings that I had from the past, there was a connection to the rowboat. Can you not see there was a connection? You know what? You're always saying that God works in mysterious ways. Maybe this was God's way of bringing this murder to light.
You don't believe in God, Joe.
Well, maybe with a little luck, he'll believe in me. It's just...
Listen, I wanted to ask your advice about something.
Sure.
Eli's been really, I don't know, down. I mean, he has his moods, but, well, this is more like depression. And I thought maybe he's brooding over Arthur.
Oh, Arthur, yes.
Yeah, and I wondered about getting him a puppy, you know, Arthur II, and I wanted to ask you what you thought about that. I mean, Do I get him a look-alike? What kind of dog was Arthur again?
A smooth fox terrier.
Oh, right. Yeah, I knew it was a dumb name. Or do I go the other way? Do I get a Rottweiler or maybe a Great Dane?
These things are pretty hard to know.
Yeah, but do you think it's a good idea? I mean, another dog.
Yeah, I think that is a good idea. Maybe it isn't Arthur, though, you know, that he's worried about.
What else could it be? I mean, he's successful, he loves his job, he lives in a nice house in a beautiful town, he's married to me, and he has his help.
You're right. He has a lot going for him. You're right.
Well, maybe you should talk to him.
Me?
Yeah. He likes you. He told me he did. The night you came over for dinner with the Reverend. He said he was really glad he ran into you again. You know, if you were 10 years younger, I might be jealous.
There's no need to ever be jealous of me.
Well, I know. But I think maybe you should talk to him.
You know, I don't want to be rude, but could you excuse me because I need to get ready for work and I think I'm running late.
Sure. No problem. Listen, thanks for the advice. Okay. Bye.
Reverend Beckett? I'm Detective Gary. This is Sergeant Eberhard. We've come to talk to Mrs. Beckett.
Come in. Can I get you anything? Coffee or soda?
We're fine, thank you.
I'll be in my den if I can be of any help.
Sure.
Please, have a seat.
We've spoken to Mr. Mayhew about your allegation.
You mean about his confession?
Mr. Mayhew denies having made any such confession.
Well, then he's lying to you.
See, Mrs. Beckett, what you say Mr. Mayhew told you doesn't fill in any of the blanks. We knew he was doing a number with the victim. It seems like you all were. But his alibi was checked back then, and it held up. There was no murder weapon found, and the feeling was at the time that some drug addict came in off the street looking to steal something. Your friend surprised him and got killed. Now, nothing you've told us casts any particular doubt on that story.
But if he didn't admit it, why would I make that up?
You tell us.
Do you think I'm the kind of person who would make up something like that?
We don't know what kind of person you are, Mrs. Beckett.
She would never make up a story like that. That's not my wife.
You sound pretty sure about that, Reverend.
I am.
It's all right, Daniel. If they don't believe me...
Mr. Mayhew says that your wife was pursuing him. He thinks she made all this up because he wouldn't play along.
Then he's a liar, as well as a murderer.
Is that because she wasn't chasing him? Or because he's denying what she said?
Both.
You'd be willing to make a statement to that effect?
Yes.
Stop it. I was at Mr. Mayhew's hotel because I was attracted, interested, whatever the hell you want to call it, in him. He mistook that for something else. Sympathy, maybe, I don't know. He was not focused on me. He was intent on confessing something that had been on his conscience for all those years. My husband did not know I went to see him. He found out about that afterwards at home when I told him about it. And that's when he learned that I had intended to betray him. Us. I lied to you, Detective, when I said Daniel knew otherwise. But I am not lying to you now about what Eli Mayhew said to me in that hotel room.
That how it was, Reverend Beckett?
Absolutely. That's how I know she's been telling the truth. Because she's being more than honest about her reasons for going to that hotel.
All right, Mrs. Beckett. You're gonna have to make a statement. We'll set it up at the prosecutor's office. It will be under oath, you understand?
I do.
You don't remember me, do you? I was on that case, just a patrolman then. You folks were asking for trouble. Didn't even lock your door, as I recall.
Actually, I do remember you. As I recall, you thought Dana had it coming to her.
I wouldn't go that far. But you all lived a very risky lifestyle back then. You remember?
I remember a girl who was full of life and had that brutally taken from her. That's what I remember.
We'll be in touch about the statement. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend. I'm sorry, Daniel. I am so very sorry.
Don't be sorry for telling the truth, Joe.
I had to tell you. I could not have told you.
Maybe he could not tell you.
He's gonna get away with it, isn't he?
You've done all you can do, Joe.
Have I?
Alicia. You know, Sylvia and I were just about to go for a jog. You saved me. Come on in. Please. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have involved you.
That is the least of it.
I know. I know what I did was a terrible, terrible thing, and it was a long time ago. And I've tried to live a life that counts.
Eli, you loved her.
Of course I did.
You loved.
Of course I did.
And I loved her. You need to do this
I
for her.
I can't undo the past.
But you can take responsibility for
do.
it now.
I do. I do. Look, I'm sorry if I had to tell them that you were mistaken.
Mistaken. No, they didn't think I was mistaken. They thought I was lying.
Alicia, I'm sorry.
My name is Joe. Joe is my name. And we are way past sorry.
All I can do is try and be better.
But you're never gonna be better. Don't you get that? You have this horrible secret, and you need to tell it. Do you want to spend the rest of your life in hell? Just tell them, Eli.
No, I won't. I won't do it. I don't deserve that.
You don't deserve it.
And by the way, look around you. Hell's pretty well decorated, wouldn't you say?
What is this?
Nothing, sweetheart.
I wouldn't say that. Not at all.
What the hell is going on here? Eli, is there something going on between you two?
There was.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know.
I
don't know. I don't know what she's
Wait,
talking about.
what's this about? Tell them!
I don't know.
Amy Halloran was a wonderful mother, wife, and friend who died too young. And we are left to ponder why. Why are the good among us taken before their time? Whatever the circumstance, we are left with an abiding sense of injustice, of anger. How can this have happened, this tragedy for so many? And God has no ready answer for us. But he does have a profound sense of compassion and a path to light. If we grasp all that was good and noble about Amy, and we hold on to that and open our hearts to God's love, it is there. A peace that will conquer rage. Hope that will eclipse the emptiness. And most of all, to wash our wounded soul, the tender mercy of forgiveness.